Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here, Signature Esports. A little late start today. They had to reset some stuff on the iRacing side of things. So the TRUCS Ultimate Championship Series Circuit of the Americas is going to be beginning here in just about 60 seconds. Starting grid is set. They're getting the warm-up laps underway. And Jonathan Bell fastest in practice right here. So that's going to be a big payoff for the picture for everybody here. So they, we're going to see some good things and have a lot of fun. Quite a few turns here at the Austin, Texas track here. 20 turns in total, 3.44 miles in length, and that is just absolutely thrashing on all the trucks. And it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane to see. It's gonna be a lot of fun for sure. Here is a little bit about the race information. Make sure that you go to OmegaLeafCBD.com. Use promo code TRUCS25 TRUCS25 for a good little discount out there on all your CBD and your CBD needs and all those fantastic. Oh man, everybody getting loose. It's hot out there. 137 degrees is the track temperature. And, that's going to make a big tire wear factor there. 90-degree air temperature, 52% humidity, partly cloudy skies, 7-mile-an-hour wind. Make sure that you, when we're talking about Omega Leaf CBD, they've got a whole bunch of slew of information out there for you that you can get in there and learn about just about anything you can. I mean, they've got just great information. Jim Halak over there, good dude. Appreciate him. And all that he does for the National Motorsport Simulation Association, being a sponsor here and having some fun. Starting grid, as things start to shake and bake and get ready to rock and roll. They're lining up to starting grid here on the Circuit of the Americas. COTA is what the little acronym that they do. 35 laps, staged laps going to be 12. There's only going to be technically two stages. One stage break at about lap 12. The drivers can't really make it around on fuel during the pace lap, so they will have to come in at least for fuel during this first run. So 2 green flag pit stops, possibly total. Cautions are going to be localized, and that's kind of how they're going to be looking at things. Pace trucks got him there. Starting grid is Jonathan Bell's going to be your pole sitter. Austin Shoemaker is going to be the outside pole sitter. And the number 15, Richard Swavely, Mike Watts making up row number 2 for the drivers. Chris Shoemaker and Phil Locke in row number 3. Brad Fulham and Zachary Taylor making up row number 4 for you. Wyatt Brackett, Chris McLean in row number 5. Nick Gardner and Dustin Reeves in row number 6. Moving on that starting grid here, Brian Mcduffie, Chris Bedwell, those guys are going to be row number 7. George Williams and Daniel Holcroft in row number 8. Chris Johnson, IJD Racing number 74 is going to be there with David Moore in row number 9. Dan Shepard, Thomas Light, Kip Easley, Joseph Mahar, all the way to row number 11. Row 12, Brad Lee and James Kunkel. And moving and grooving, Kip Easley, Joseph Mahar, Brad Lee, James Kunkel. We were talking about them. David Harden, Harvey Shanks, all the way to row 13. Clint Leatherwood, Garrett Brown, Wesley Burchette, Blake Deponette, Andrew Milletta, all the way there in that inside inside final row number 16. He's going to be the last car in the field. They're going to get ready to rock and roll. No need for an extra lap here. We're going to be grooving, turning left and right. Road Series racing. They're going to be at COTA tomorrow for the car series as well in the Xfinity Series vehicle. So yeah, that'll be a whole lot of fun. The big turns, the sharp angles, and a whole lot of racing here. As you see the COTA display right there, the pace truck's going to lead them around. Turn 1, basically a 145-degree turn. Basically, just consider it a 180. Pace truck's off. They're waiting for the green. Start-finish line is right there, so you're going to see that be right there where that grid's going to be, and they're going to get it right here. Oh man, green! They're already into 3 wide territory, coming up the big old front stretch. Jonathan Bell's going to lead to the outside. Angles are moving and grooving. Jonathan Bell, there's Austin Shoemaker to the inside of Rich Swavely. Rich Swavely's second fastest in practice. Jonathan Bell is going to start extending that lead, and it's going to be a game of cat and mouse all the way until you see the end of this race. Pit strategy going to be a big factor here in and off pit road. Very clean, very fast. Pit road speed at 35 miles an hour. 70 out front. 1.2 seconds between he and Austin Shoemaker. Chris Shoemaker off track just a little bit there. We'll focus on the big crashes. We'll focus on the big stuff as we're going to see these folks try to track each other down. 15 closing speed to Jonathan Bell right there into this turn, and I'll keep up on them as we go, but for the most part there's a lot happening on the track. Ryan Mcduffie looked like he was just involved in something. Let's take a look and see. 49.31 coming into the corner. I think that was just the stop. We're going to see a lot of that. Brad Fullen went off track. Nick Gardner went off track as well. Little door banging right there. See it? 16 to the inside. They're 3 wide on the exit right there. Oh, 19 into the 16. Man, that's pretty much how you look at it. And it's going to be all about how you're going to be able to maintain your truck. 15 getting passed by Rich Swavely right there. 38 picks up second place, trying to work his way back to the front and close in on Jonathan Bell. Sector is going to be a big, huge. Now, lap times, average lap times here. You're going to see there'll be a lot of off tracks during this race, just because of the way that it's set up. It's a very, very narrow track on the between the rumble strips and the painted grass that you see, or the grass painted asphalt that you see. And so off tracks are just pretty much going to happen. Like right there, the 15, that was considered an off track for him, even though he was still carrying speed. Closing down Jonathan Bell, Rich Swavely doing it in that Ford. Turn 1, a nice little sharp left-hander. That's that 145-degree turn that you see. Turn 2 is this one right here. It's a little dog leg to the right. And then some S-curves coming up right here. There's 1 there. 2. 3 is turn 5 right there, actually. And this big old loop right here, I call it a giant S-curve, because 6, 7, and 8 pretty much are just that. Rich Swavely trying to close the distance on to Jonathan Bell. Will ride along with him here. Left-hander, turn 9. Turn 10 is a little dog leg to the left. You're going to see it right there. And 11, another 145-degree turn for the number 70 right here. Basically coming all the way down into first gear, and just as easy out of the gas as you can be. Man, just a lot of fun. That's halfway through the track. Bell, Swavely, the 2 Shoemakers, and Taylor, that's going to be all the way through 5th. Chris Johnson went off track just a moment ago. It says turn at number 12. Just over a 90-degree turn right there to the left. And then almost horseshoe, 13 horseshoe right here. 14 is going to be a right-hander. Left-hander for 15 right about here. And then 16, one of those very, very, very sharp turns coming onto a straightaway. 17 is going to be a 2-stepper. There's a 1, 2 right there. 18 is going to be the same after a little bitty straightaway. And then 19, a 90-degree left-hand turn. 20, the big old, just a little bit outside of Swavely. Gonna be there. He's gonna come off right there. Swavely starting to catch him just a little bit in this on this lap. There is 19, I do believe. Oh, that was 20. Sorry, 20 to the front stretch. And then back into turn 1. Let's go take a look and see what's going on through the field. There's Zach Taylor, the number 14. A little bit of rear end damage on that Ford. He is had a little nose damage as well. So, no doubt going to have to try to make that work for as long as you can. Lap 3 being completed. And we'll be green flag for a little while here. Travis, good to see you. Good, tough track in a stock car, but the guys are looking so far so good. we're going to see the Rex. We're going to see all that stuff now. iRacing does have the option for automatic cautions, and if they had thrown automatic cautions on here, if somebody had, turned around in the middle of a corner, we'd be under caution quite a bit. So we see that this is all going to be about driving and finishing. If there's a big wreck, then quite possibly you might see a caution thrown. Definitely we'll see one caution thrown here on lap 12 when they complete lap 12, beginning lap 13. So that you'll see that happen, and it'll be absolutely insane. George Williams, we were talking about George last week. George gave me the George Williams report. He says stage 1 on all the way to 12 laps, and you will need to get 11 to 12 laps per set of tires, because there are 3 total sets, so two tire changes coming up for him. Rear grip really falls off around 6 laps on the tires, which makes it easier to lose the rear end of the truck. Fuel run, of course, 11 to 12 laps. So there's no way that anyone can get around for the stage and make it back to pits after the pace lap on fuel. Fuel strategy will make it interesting to see if anyone can make it to the checkered flag with only 2 green flag pit stops. This track is a lot of fun to run off space, so not a lot of risk hitting a barrier. If you make a mistake, it should only cost you a little time to get back on the track. The real challenges are racing around others who have different braking and turning zones than you, especially in the start of the race and the restart after the stage. Getting back into throttle is a huge challenge with this setup at this track. You really have to baby the throttle. Only 2 to 3 spots on the track where you can get over 65% throttle. Good little detailed report for COTA from George Williams. The George Williams report, the number 40, driving the Pub Table Racer Chevrolet. Enjoying what he does. I think he's driving for Race Pass Motorsports. Rich Swavely still is second off the race leader, but that second looks like that. Starting to catch him. Austin Shoemaker in third. As George went to pit road. I think George having an early pit here. That's what he says. What it says. So Brad Fulham and George Williams coming to pit road. This time by probably just getting their splash and go so they can make it on fuel for the green flag cycle. Sevety enjoying the run. Man, oh man. This is that turn 11 that you see, and Bell gets a better line right there, real clean, but Swavely carrying a little bit more speed, so he exits a little wider, and will be trying to close down that number 70 as they move through the field. Circuit of the Americas, a whole lot of fun here, and I quite enjoy it, at least. I've driven it in the GTEs and the GT3s. I do like it in those cars. I like this course with the Porsche, the RSR. Swavely closing the distance. Drivers that are around each other. Not really around each other. Ooh, a little hard braking into the corner. There's the 94 getting to the back bumper of the 84 there. IJD Racing of Chris Bedwell. There he is. You're going to see a lot of nose damage. You're going to see some off tracks. You're going to see all kinds of stuff. Running 7th, up 7 spots. Chris Bedwell trying to move and groove. Fastest lap of the race ran by the race leader. Last time by Jonathan Bell, 2 minute 24-second lap. This time by 2 minutes 26 seconds, a little bit less than that. So Jonathan Bell holding on to it. Best lap last time by is going to be Rich Swavely, a 2 minute 25 second lap right there, just almost half a second faster. Here's a take a look. Last 5. Here we go. So Bell's second and third lap, I don't know why it's not counting. It's doing some weird things here. So But he is still competing, I promise. He and Rich Swavely are doing it. SDK had an update just the other day that I had to get in and find some things and fix some things. Actually, yesterday and today, so they had 2 updates. Servers went down, and we had to do some work to get it all back together. Halfway through lap 5 to 70, Rich Swavely trying to close that corner off as best as he can. Here's a look. I want to show you this look. I really, really enjoy the blimp camera here at COTA because it really showcases just how massive this track is. You see the turns and the winding roads and just everything that is this track. Shoemaker 7 seconds off. That's 7 seconds on this track. And that's just insane. Whoa, a little few drivers going off track back there. That'd be the 4 of Chris Shoemaker back here. Went off track just a little bit far there. Zach Taylor right in the mix, and then Chris Bedwell picking up some speed, so he picked up another spot. He is up to 6th now after he got around. I believe it was the 84. I think the 84 came to pit road. So moving and grooving. Rich Swavely chasing Jonathan Bell. And they are holding on to it, that's for darn sure. Rich Swavely driving the Black Tooth Brewing Company Ford F-150. Little look out the back window of Jonathan Bell, that's what he sees. Half a second, the distance front stretch run for the drivers, lap 6. Hit that rumble strips to help himself slow down into, he gets the neutral. There's the 38 to the inside. That's a battle going on already. 70 coming across the track. 38 had the inside line. The 70 went to the outside. 38 going to pull within a little bit. Little crossover move from the 70. 38 running his line. You don't want to disrupt what the guy in front of you is doing, because that just, turns into a bad situation. But Rich Swavely looking faster than Jonathan Bell at the current moment. Austin Shoemaker trying to pick up some of the time, some of the speed, but he's in 3rd. Chris Shoemaker right behind him has the 94 of Chris Bedwell right behind him. And I tell you what, Bedwell, I think if Bedwell gets out in front of somebody, gets out in front of a few drivers and is able to stretch his legs, he might be able to catch up to the front. Some of the faster lap times here. Clean truck so far. And they're doing a phenomenal job. Pretty happy. There's the St. Charles, Missouri guy right there. Got to talk to him last week in the Pub Table Racers victory lane. So we'll see what we're going to be able to do here. And quite possibly, depending on the end of this race. We got about 30 laps to go. Jonathan Bell, the race leader, completing lap 6, so once they do that, there'll be 29 laps to go. Almost halfway to the stage break, and a few drivers coming in early to get fuel, so that'll work in their advantage when it comes to pit strategy a little bit later. Nobody a lap down at the moment that I see. Just almost 2 minutes the cycle between 31st and Jonathan Bell. Let's go back and take a look and see what's going on with Dana Shepard back there in 31st. 43 coming off pit road. That was the pit road cycle. Came in on lap 5. Wanted to get that fuel, get everything. I think we got tires too. So 43 doing a phenomenal job. Blake Depinet. Blake's up in and out a little bit there. Quite possible. Blake Depinet in 30th right now. Let me get around to this. There's Andrew Milletta, the 97. Shepard going around Blake Depinet at the moment. Bradley in front of the 97. These guys roughly 2 minutes 40 seconds to the front. Harvey Shanks, he's in 27th. 24-year-old from Malinta, Ohio. He's got a little guy with him there in his photo. David Harden in front of him. That's the guy he's tracking. These guys off one spot from where they started. Trying to run clean, the Wolf Racing. Wolf Racing, 34 right there. There's Shanks there to the inside of the 25. Whoa! Who in the world was that? Bradley. Something happened here. Oh, highlights. Not sure what happened there. Bradley now sitting on pit road. Old Croft, Kunkel coming to pit road. There is Clint Leatherwood, the 998 in here. A little bit of right side damage. An opportunity, if he wanted to get it fixed, depending on his lap or his gap to the leader right now. So maybe some fuel and figure some stuff out. Jonathan Bell going to be out front. Here we go. Let's get back to the swing of things. There's the 34. He's sitting there in 27th place. Harvey Shanks, the 25, moved up to 26, back to where he started. James Kunkel off the spot. There's the 48 moving. Clint Leatherwood back out on track. For Rockmart, Georgia driver, the 30-year-old, he is trying to pick up a few more spots. He's up 3 so far. Kip Easley, 27, off 2 spots. Brad Fulham, he started up there in 7th. And after that first incident that we saw, he got some damage. He's trying to hold on to it. So Brad, the 44-year-old from Winnipeg, is keeping it going. Daniel Holcroft, the 31, he's got some nose damage as well. He's right there behind George Williams. Both of those guys are off 5 spots from where they started. I think that has to do with pit cycle. Those guys came to pit road and now have worked themselves back into having some good green flag laps. David Moore, the 28, 32-year-old from Lemoyne, is just off 1 spot, and he started 18th. He's in 19th now. Nick Gardner off 7 from where he started. There's the 16. He started in 11th. He's in 18th right now. Mike Watts off 13 spots. He started 4th, and right now is in 17th. Thomas Light up 4 spots. The 98 enjoying some stuff. 56-year-old from Martinsville, Virginia, is up 4. He started 20th. He's in 16th. Up 2 is Chris Johnson, the 74, 27-year-old from Claremont, North Carolina, is enjoying his drive. Joseph Mahar up 8 spots. The 85 coming around. He's got a pretty clean truck. Orange Park, Florida driver. Garrett Brown on pit road, the number 10. He's up 15. He started at 28th, and he's going to go back down a few spots there after green flag pit stops. Wyatt Brackett off 3. He started 9th. He's in 12th at the moment, but he's been to pit road, so that's going to change some things. Wesley Burchette, the 76, up 18 spots. He started 29th. He's in 11th at the moment. Dustin Reeves, the number 6, he is up 2 spots. He started 12th, so he's having a good day. Chris McLean started 10th. He's there in 9th. Looks like there's going to be a pass there to the inside. Almost the 5 and a 6 kind of battling back and forth here as you take a look. Bill Locke off 2 spots. The number 1 is enjoying his drive, but needs to catch back up to the 49, who's up 6 spots. Ryan Mcduffie, 36-year-old from Hickory, North Carolina, chasing down Zach Taylor, who's roughly about 17 seconds ahead of him. The number 14, up 2 spots from where he started. Chris Bedwell up 9. He's to 5th right now, and he's tracking down the guy in front of him, Chris Shoemaker. Good move for that driver so far. Chris Shoemaker better defend a position here. These guys have not been to pit road just yet. Austin Shoemaker off 1 spot. He started 2nd. He's in 3rd. The Lebanon, Missouri native now coming. I believe he's coming to pit road this time by. So he's going to be there. The 27 is going to be kind of digging at it. Rich Slavely, he's still in 2nd. Now Chris Shoemaker coming to pit road this time by as well. So they got the 2 Shoemakers on pit road. Bedwell's going to make that pass. Jonathan Bell right there in front of him. That is still the battle for first. About 1.3 seconds the difference, and I tell you what, lead as much as you can, enjoy as much as you can, and keep trying to move. Good to see everybody out there. If you have not done it, make sure you go ahead and do it now. Give us a like and follow on Twitch. Become a follower. Become a subscriber on Twitch if you want to, too. I think it's pretty darn cheap. I'll try to make sure it was, at least. And if you haven't done it as well, make sure you give us a like and follow on Facebook. Signature Esports is the platform. We are broadcasting live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and of course our partners, the National Motorsport Simulation Association Facebook pages as well. Swavely continues to close the distance down, gets into the corners a little bit better, but Jonathan Bell able to defend all of the track. Doing a pretty darn good job. These guys are having a little bit of fun out there. I do appreciate them. On the pit road, Jonathan Bell is. Rich Swavely's going to be right behind him, so that's going to be the. Folks are going to track it down. 94 getting loose. Oh, man, the 94 made so much progress getting up and around. And this time by the 14 coming to pit road. Man, the 94 just got loose. Right there, trying to come to pit road. Austin Shoemaker coming around. See if Shoe's going to be. I think Shoemaker, he's already been to pit road. So Swavely's going to be your new race leader coming off pit road, it does look like. And he is Jonathan Bell in on as well, so he's going to be there. Austin Shoemaker coming around. Turn one for the driver. He's going to be a little bit closer now after his pit stop. He came in for fuel only. Jonathan Bell came in with tires. He got tires. He got tires and fuel this time by. Stage will end here in a couple of laps. Oh, man. Jonathan Bell on the fresh tires, looking like he's going to start closing down some of those laps. 293 to Swavely. Swavely gets off pit road about 6 seconds after the... Sorry, about 7 seconds after Rich Swavely does after that green flag pit stop. So a chance for him to make up some time. Austin Shoemaker starting to catch... He was starting to catch there for a little bit. Now that's kind of fallen just a little bit. Chris Shoemaker right behind him. Zach Taylor moving through the field. I think there's going to be some changes coming next week. I will have to talk to the National Motorsport Simulation Association founder about a few things. We'll get through this week and a couple of races, and we'll see what we can do about bringing you something more exciting, folks, as far as from my point of view. Appreciate you very much for tuning in out there. Phil Locks is going to be there in the number 6. I like suggestions, and I appreciate everybody out there. I very, very much do. For those who don't know, I pretty much do this by myself. I run the controls, I run the screens, I do everything that we do here. And as much as I appreciate, all the segments and everything, as Jonathan Bell makes the pass for the lead there, he's going to get around Rich Swavely on those fresh tires. That's pretty much just how that works on those fresh tires. So Rich Swavely going to have a set in the bag towards the end of the race. So maybe Jonathan Bell able to keep out with that. Now that might change things as they come around and get back under green. But I do try to do the best that I can, and I try to focus on where the racing is, and it's quite nice. So, yeah. 49 in the 5. There's a battle for 9th and 10th right here. It does look like Chris McLean right back where he started in 10th. Last time by ran about 9 seconds slower than Ryan Mcduffie in the 49. Mike Watts there in 11th. He is really he was up there for a little bit. He started in 4th, and he was competing a little in and out right there. Nick Gardner right behind him. So there's some changes happening. There's some relatives getting close, and kind of what we do. Jonathan Bell starting to pull away from Rich Swavely. So that is what new tires look like to the 38. But here in just about a lap, once they complete lap 12, right now there's 25 laps to go in the session. Once they complete lap 12, competition caution will come out. They'll run, I think, 1 or 2 laps there, then see how that's going to work for him. Shoemaker moving. Chris Shoemaker, that was Austin Shoemaker. Chris Shoemaker still in 4th. Zach Taylor starting to catch him a little bit there. I was looking at the time. Jonathan Bell just ran his fastest lap of the race, 2 minutes 24 seconds, and the 98. It was a 9.9 after that, I do believe. So at least that's what it says. What it tells me, it was his fastest lap. Who knows? It could be. Bell looking like he's going to win stage 1 here. And this new tires might be a big factor as they come around. That'll change it. Quite possibly could change quite a bit. So these guys will get stacked back up, and we're going to have to get a lot of catching up to do here. And then we'll have basically a big old giant pace lap. It's about 2 minutes 25 on average, 2 minutes 25 seconds to 2 minutes 29 seconds on average coming around. So we'll see. It's quite a long pace lap, but it'll be all right. We'll be able to make it there, and things will be fun. Bell, Swavely, Shoemakers, Taylor, Bedwell, Locke, Brackett, Mcduffie, and Watts making the top 10 where it is. Chris Johnson looks like those 4 spots that he lost are doing pretty good. His lap times are being pretty consistent. They're being pretty decent too. So no doubt those were some old tires. When he came to pit road, just took fuel. So he's doing pretty decent. He got a little bit of nose damage. Pretty much is holding those good times. Drivers with the same kind of lap times. Brad Fulham's going to be there. Jonathan Bell, I think he came across the line. Yep, he did. That is going to be stage 1 winner right there. Jonathan Bell, Rich Swavely, Austin and Chris Shoemaker. Zachary Taylor's going to be in 5th. Chris Bedwell, 6th. Phil Locke, Wyatt Brackett right behind him. These guys are 7th and 8th. Ryan Mcduffie in 9th. And Mike Watson, 10th. To stage 1. And a chance for the drivers who have some damage to get fixed. There's going to be an opportunity here. A long pace lap. I mean, it does mean you're going to start at the end of the field when it comes to the restart. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, this is an opportunity because of the long pace laps to get yourself in and out of pit road. Get a minute or so of that damage fixed. Jonathan Bell's going to come around and meet the pace truck. And he will be, this is about halfway through the track, so we'll see these guys collect each other again, and no doubt he's going to come to pit road. I would expect to see that. Swavely, no doubt looking for those tires that he needed before. So we'll see how this works for him. Jonathan Bell, I don't know if he meant to take tires. I know that I know Chris Bedwell, he took tires as well. I think he got some damage fixed also after tapping that wall when he spun out earlier. So he was one of the fastest guys on the track there for a little while. They're just going to have to catch up to that pace vehicle. Crazy. Stage caution shows Jonathan Bell, your stage 1 winner. Big special thank you to everybody out there. Make sure that you go and like all the people that are involved with the Trucks and Cars series, the National Motorsport Simulation Association, of course, and the not only that, but the Pub Tables Racers. That's going to be the Victory Lane sponsor, Omega Leaf CBD. Make sure you go and give their Facebook page a like for me, and OmegaLeafCBD.com. It's going to be what you do there. There's the pace truck. Now the pace truck comes out. There it is. See, got back across the line. Pace truck's going to slow him down and lead him around. Josh, I think you're going to be right, buddy. I don't even know what pace truck speed is. I forgot to look. We'll take a look. About 45, 50 miles an hour? Yeah, it's about right. They'll be single file for a minute, then they'll go back to pit road, and it's kind of the way it is. All right, folks, I'm going to do something real quick. That probably is going to be really, hopefully not really loud. It is. I'm going to take a pause for the cause. I'm going to grab something. I forgot my water. I'm going to go grab it real quick. I'll be right back with you. We'll catch everybody back up with everything on my return. Give me a sec. Thank you very much, folks. I apologize about stepping away right there. Jonathan Bell's going to be in on pit road. Chris Bedwell's going to stay out. Ryan McDuffie's going to stay out as well. Jonathan Bell, let's see what he does. He took tires on the last pit stop. Let's see if he's going to take tires this time. Doesn't look like it. Look like he's going to get fuel only. Brad Fulham staying out as well. Those guys came in on lap... Chris Bedwell came in on lap 9. So he's got a little bit to the green as they get ready to restart this race. Ryan McDuffie, he came in on lap 8. Brad Fulham came in on lap 3. So that driver holding on to some things. Jonathan Bell, fuel only as he comes out. And Rich Swavely, fuel and tires. Let's see if anybody is getting any of that damage fixed. And there's Joe Mahar. He's coming off pit road. He took tires only. Joseph Mahar coming off pit road. George Williams coming off pit road as well. Chris Johnson sitting there getting some stuff fixed. I don't doubt that that's not going to be beneficial for the driver. And let's see, Kip Easley, he's coming off pit road. There he is. 27's going to have the 28 there with him. There's David Moore. Herbie Shanks off pit road. A lot of drivers getting some of that damage fixed, and I don't blame them. There's Clinton Leatherwood. He came in on 11. He got some stuff fixed as well. Currently off a lap, it looks like Leatherwood is, and so is David Harden right behind him at 34. So a chance for those guys to enjoy the day. Bedwell's going to be your race leader as they pacing around for another lap. They'll go back to green here in just a little bit. Bedwell was fast. It's going to make all the difference here as Jonathan Bell restart on the outside on a few older tires. So we'll see what happens with Rich Swavely. There's a look at the field as they start to get back organized. I'll have one more lap to go green. To see everybody out there. Thank you to all the YouTube folks, all the Facebook folks. Thank you very much for being out there. All my Twitch watchers, my hosts, all that stuff. You guys are pretty amazing. I appreciate you very much. Corners trying to get lined up. Just the congestion that you see. They're going to go back. They'll make another lap. They'll be double file. Let's kind of see where we're at in points wise. That's what I was going to look at before we go back to green. Let's see the standings right now. Jonathan Bell currently the leader in points. Brendan Queen is going to be leader in playoff points. Jonathan Bell is. That's what I was. Okay, here we go. We'll pull up the season standings as it goes. Jonathan Bell first in points. Chris Bedwell right behind him. Needs a win, though, to really put a damper into some playoff points that he's going to need. Jonathan Bell with 2 wins on the season. Brendan Queen also with two wins on the season. Garrett Brown has a win. Chris Shoemaker has a win as well. So we're going to see, as we're through 7 weeks, kind of what they're going to be looking at here over the course of the next few races. Jonathan Schwartz has a win on the season as well. Let's see. Jonathan Bell, Brendan Queen, Chris Shoemaker, Garrett Brown, Wyatt Brackett. That's through 5th in the playoff standings. Gabe Brown, Zach Taylor, Joseph Mahar each have a point. Hot Shoe Racing has the team point lead right now. IJD Racing 7 points behind that team. Four Horseman Motorsports and Hammer Down Motorsports. Those guys trailing in third and fourth, Race Pass in fifth. Wild Card Outlaw and Wolf Racing. Those guys making that perspective, holding those standings respectfully. There at the end, 6th, 7th, and 8th, Wild Card Outlaw and Wolf Racing. Man, oh man, what a good little run. Truly hope you're having a fantastic evening out there. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see everybody tuning in and enjoying the day. Pace Truck's going to lead them around here. Everybody's back to double file for the restart. 94 is going to have Mcduffie up there with him. It'll be the 94, the 49 on the front row, then the 70 and the 38. We're going to be there in the second row. We'll have Taylor, Shoemaker's, Locke, Brackett, Gardner, the top 10 drivers right there. Playing the 21st back there, the 5. There's a lot of drivers that did go ahead and get some damage fixed. Let's see, James Kunkel is one of those drivers. 48 got some of that nose repaired. Chris Johnson as well. Chris Johnson very fast all race long, trying to hold on to it. Brad Fulham got some damage fixed. He's coming around to meet back up with everybody. Here I'm coming around the corners. Going to be ready to go here very, very, very shortly. Pace Truck, you'll see him dive off into pit road here in just a little bit, and then we'll go back to green. 4.5 minutes the pace laps around here. That's insane. We go back to green. It'll be 19 laps to go. At least one more green flag pit stop for every driver in the field. Nobody can make it on fuel. And if you got a set of tires in the bag, that might help you in that regard as well. Ryan Mcduffie is going to be there with Chris Bedwell. That's going to be the front two. Excited to see what's going to happen here. Who knows? It could be a big giant hole for somebody to drive through. Rich Swavely and Jonathan Bell, both of those drivers super fast. We'll be able to see those guys. Very long caution laps, Anthony. Very, very long caution laps. But that's COTA. I mean, oh man, 94 gets into the 49 on the corner right there. Drivers having to take that corner easy. We'll see what happens here as they get ready to rock and roll. Things will get spread out, and this is all. I'm curious to see how pit strategy is going to play a factor here. Very, very quickly. Pace Truck should dive off right here. There he goes. Turn 20's left-hander right here. Then we'll see the front stretch. The 94 and the 49 catch back up to him. And they're back at it. Green again. 94 gets a run. 49 to the outside. The braking zone is going to be heavy. 70 is going to be right there. Rich Swavely to the inside. 3 wide into turn 1. The corner. Brake. Everything going everywhere. Jonathan Bell has a little bit of the 14 to his inside. Rich Swavely to the outside of the 94. Turn 2. Turn 3 is going to be interesting. Oh, 14 goes around. 70 is going to be there. Man, 94 giving up the lead to Rich Swavely. Zach Taylor right here had the 70 right there. 70 got to the back bumper of the 14. That would end my day. Swavely has Bedwell to the rear bumper, protecting as much as they can. 38, 94. He was super fast early on. That's Chris Bedwell right there. With that right side damage. There's a 70 behind him. He has an opportunity to stretch his legs here. 94 might be able to do something good here. White Bracket a little bit off track. We'll take a look and see what happened there. There's a 16 behind him. See, that's what I mean. That is considered an off track. Isn't that crazy? 98 or 998 of Clint Leatherwood. Looks like he had to brake heavy. Braking. Oh, man. Fulham to the inside. That's considered. He had to come to a stop, so that's considered a complete stop. 33 trying to go around the one of Phil Locke. Phil Locke right in front of him. Good action going on. The 4 of Shoemaker to the inside of the 1. Phil Locke on the right side. 4 will let the 33 take the inside. White Bracket closing the distance to the 1 of Phil Locke. David Harden, it looks like David Harden had an issue right here. Said he stopped. I think he was just slowing to the corner. That's so weird. Jonathan Bell in on pit road, this time by 18 laps to go. Rich Swavely coming around. He's 2.6 seconds out in front of Chris Bedwell. Austin Shoemaker, last time by, Rich Swavely ran his fastest lap, 2 minutes, 24 seconds, and 51 to the good. And Austin Shoemaker, the 15, trying to catch up to the 94 in front of him. Jonathan Bell just super fast. Super fast. So we'll see if that's going to help him out when it comes to these long ways around. Maybe he can get 15, 20 seconds on his tire, on his repairs, and we'll see what happens with that. Ryan Mcduffie, he is up to 4th. And last time by, Shoemaker bested his lap, made his best lap, 2 minutes, 27 seconds, and 38 to the good. Roughly about 0.08 of a second faster than Chris Bedwell in front of him. But Bedwell's still super fast. No matter how you look at it, damage not really doing him any harm. It's more about how long is he going to be able to hold on to those old tires. He came to pit road on lap 9, so he'll have to come in a little bit earlier than everybody else. But that'll work in his advantage. He only ran 3 laps, so if he runs 9 more laps, that puts him about halfway on the cycle, and that'll put him all the way good to the end. So Chris Bedwell might be using a little bit of fun. It's like Harvey Shanks had an issue on lap 18 here. 25 got loose. 25 into the wall, almost into the wall right there. And he just resets and goes back to, here's Chris Bedwell. Looks like he had an off track. That's an off track. That's so not funny. 25 into pit road. Rich Swavely, 5.5 seconds out in front of Austin Shoemaker. Well, pretty darn close. Shoemaker closing the distance now this time by. We'll see how this works. Sector difference between the driver, Shoemaker behind him. Sector 3 was better for Swavely, and Sector 4 good for the drivers. Sector 1 and 2 a little bit better for Shoemaker. Mike Watts back where he started. There's the 84. He's got Wyatt Brackett to the rear of his bumper. There's a whole lot of traffic going on right here. Wyatt Brackett, Ryan Mcduffie, Phil Locke, Wesley Burchette, all those guys sitting here. Up 21 spots, the biggest mover of the race, the 76. Holding on to it. There's a look at the speeds that they're running into the corner, 70 to 80 miles an hour. That is awfully slow for the speeds that these things can carry. One right there. Man, oh man. 4 and 6. That's Chris Shoemaker off 5 spots, started 5th. He is there to the inside, or to the left side of the 16 there. That's going to be Nick Gardner. 4 to the inside, going to take that position away, cutting that track off as much as he can. 4 gets into it, 94 gets loose. There's the 94 of Bedwell. He's falling back there. Chris Bedwell said he crashed. Let's see how this happened right here. 94 locking it up. Did he get down into first gear and hit the bump? Oh, he did. He hit the turtle right there and just kind of jumped across the track. Everybody else going around. Good accident avoidance from all the drivers. So Bedwell going to have some moves to make to get himself back to the front. Rich Swavely, the distance between he and Austin Shoemaker has closed quite a lot. If easily having an issue, it looks like. 27 gets into this turn right here. A little right side damage, making it harder to brake on those tires. Whoa. Drifts around the corner right there, tries to break into it. David Harden having an issue here. It looks like maybe it's just turn 1. It's turn 1 for him. He probably just braked really hard. We'll see. He just got into the turn the way he was supposed to. Here's the 27 coming around. Rich Swavely moving and grooving. There's Shoemaker going around some drivers here. There's the 4 to the outside. Turn 1 coming. 16 not going to be able to keep up. There's Phil Locke in front of the 4. Braking, you're going to see the gears on the bottom right of your screen. Turn 3, 16, 4 going to the inside. Woo! 4 almost went around right there. Second to third. Man, that was a pucker moment. Rich Swavely, last time by, about a half-second difference between he and Austin Shoemaker. 15 running 3/10 of a second, almost 3.5 tenths of a second faster. Chris Swavely ran a 2:24 on lap 17. It looked like that might be his fastest lap of the race. Shoemaker second off on lap 18, but I believe it's starting to even out as they continue to move. 16 laps to go here at COTA Circuits of the Americas. Austin, Texas track. Being difficult but fun for all the drivers, it does look like. I enjoy it. Remember, this is iRacing, iRacing.com to get your subscription started. If you want to get out there, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, you want to be a part of it, all you need is a little old PC, and I've seen people run it on laptops. Some people use controllers. Some people use steering wheels that you can get from basically anywhere. And get your subscription started. I think it's they're offering 40% off for your first month, and I know that they have annual subscription rates too, so you can save a lot of money there. Get out there and try that out, and if you like what you see, then I encourage it. Zach Taylor involved into something here. There's the 14, there's the 16 there, there's Phil Locke. Oof, 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 oof. Straighten the one back out, one gets going. Oof. Man. Everything's heating up now. The action's a little bit more impactful as they continue to move. 38.5 seconds now and growing as Rich Swavely starts to pull that line in. Austin Shoemaker, last time by, a little bit slower on his lap time, so what he made up, I think he lost. He's going to see what he's going to try to do. Chris Shoemaker making moves. He has got some of the biggest moves he's made. Wesley Burchette, the 76, is in front of him. He has got a clean little truck. For as many spots as he's moved, he's up 29. He came in on lap 14 with the race leader, so he's going to pit about the same time. His last lap, 2:29.94. Oh, I take that back. It was Mike Watts was a 2:29. 2:30.01 for Wesley Burchette. starting to pull away from Shoemaker behind him just a little bit. Austin Shoemaker closing the distance just a little bit on Rich Swavely. Wyatt Brackett in third. He started ninth. And he's picked himself up. Mike Watts is going to be there as well. Watts up and down day, but he's back where he started. And last time by, it was a pretty darn decent lap for him. 2 minutes 29.94, as I said before. Garrett Brown up 15 spots. The number 10 doing a good job. He started 23rd. I'm sorry, he's at 15 spots. I take that back. He started 28th, and he's in 13th at the moment. And right now, he's got Zachary Taylor in front of him. Zach Taylor was trying to go around some traffic and kind of couldn't get out of the quarter panel of the one of Phil Locke in front of him. Nick Gardner in 10th, 16, trying to hold on to a top 10 finish here. Up one spot, he started 11th. Right now, that is kind of what he's looking at. Dustin Reeves right there with Ryan Mcduffie, the 3 and the 8. I'm sorry, the up 3 is Dustin Reeves in the number 6. Ryan McDuffie up 5 and 8th in the number 49. Right now, this looks like they're coming to... Dustin Reeves is going to go around. Ryan McDuffie coming to pit road this time by. And maybe trying to squeeze out another lap or two. McDuffie wasn't 10, or wasn't 8th. Now he's falling back just a little bit as traffic goes around him. The 38 of Rich Swavely. His lap times to the drivers. Austin Shoemaker just ran his fastest lap time that time by. Some of the fast drivers out there. Now, Rich Swavely ran his fastest lap. He had 4 off tracks so far. Austin Shoemaker just ran his fastest lap, and he's got 37 off tracks. Wyatt Brackett has 32. Mike Watts has 9. Wesley Burchette has 3 off tracks at 76, up 24 spots, and he's doing what he can. Chris Bedwell 71 off tracks to 94, trying to move and groove up there. But off tracks just means that, like right there, that's an off track. They count that as an off track, even though he's still on the racing surface. Shoemaker running some fast times. There's the difference. Half a second faster is Shoemaker to Rich Swavely. When they come to pit road, that's going to be really interesting to see. Right now, Austin Shoemaker is closing the distance. The Wyatt Brackett, he's pulling away. Shoemaker's figuring a few things out here. The wobbly boot Chevy Silverado in second. To track down, Jonathan Bell was there. And I think Bell's back in the mix now. Where is he? There he is. Jonathan Bell. A little bit of nose damage fixed whenever he came in. He was in for 34 seconds, so no doubt that's making a big difference. Came in on 17. Try to hold on to possibly a stop and go. Still on the lead lap. His last time by for Jonathan Bell was a 2-minute 31, so he's catching drivers in front of him. Rich Swavely moving and grooving 3 minutes 3 seconds. I'm sorry, 3.3 seconds now the difference between he and Austin Shoemaker. Maybe Swavely just trying to save some stuff here for the end. There's 13 laps to go. I would almost assume that in my regard, I would go 10 laps on my tires and 10 green flag laps on my tires and then go. So about 12 laps total. That's what I would do. Man can read in, says Austin out there on Facebook. He's been doing a pretty darn good job. He's got an A-class rating in the Road Series, 1320 iRating for the series. A lot of rookie licenses in the Road Series, I can see. Oh man, Bedwell in and off on pit road. Chris Bedwell gonna try to make it all the way to the end. Mahar involved in something here. It was just the braking zone. Turn 1 is awfully damaging when it comes to the braking zone. He just stops. That's it. He just gets around. That's all right. Swavely there. Having some fun. Just realized whenever I carried everything over that I didn't get the replay thing set. Andrew Milletta had an issue. Let's take a look. There it is. That fixed. Yeah, turned 1. Just being fun for everybody. Swavely, 2 minutes 2.3 seconds. I'm looking at relatives for 2 minutes over here, and the other ones not doing itself justice. 12 laps to go. Here they go. Turn 1 for Swavely. I would assume that Rich is probably going to come this time by. I would just assume that. Last lap for Rich. As we take a look at the lap times here, 2 minutes 29 for Swavely and a full second faster for Shoemaker behind him. So the 15 starting to pull him in. Biggest mover of the race still Wesley Burchette. Now Shoemaker, the 4 right behind him, he's starting to close that distance as well. We'll see. Kind of interesting to see Mike Watts, Dustin Reeves. Those guys are coming in on pit road, so that's going to be an extension of some fresh tires for those drivers. Rich Swavely to Shoemaker. More importantly, how is each driver doing to each other? Well, I tell you what, Shoemaker in the first 2 sectors of this lap is better than the 38. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to spend, when you come on pit road, you don't want to spend the last 11 laps playing catch up. So if Shoemaker can get in and off pit road just as fast as Swavely, he'll at least have him in his sights. Now, Rich Swavely ran some very fast laps, 2 minutes 24. Is his 2 minutes 24 and a half. That's his best lap. Austin Shoemaker's best lap, 2 minutes 26. To the high side, almost 2 minutes 27. That right there is going to be a big factor here when it comes to how they're moving around this racetrack after a green flag pit cycle. Now Shoemaker, better on the long run, you can tell he's starting to figure some things out. We're about halfway through, a little more than halfway through this lap this time by, and we might see them come to pit road. On this lap, it might be a little bit more later. It might make it another lap, I think. 1.2 seconds from a 4-second gap, 38. And the 15 going to stay out another lap. They come around to the front stretch. They're going to make it 11 laps to go here. The COTA 120, 35 laps going to be the big factor here. Shoemaker closing the distance. Lap traffic coming up. That's going to be a big, big deal here. Let's take a look at kind of where the nose of this truck is. Here's these S-curves that I wanted to talk to you about. These things are dangerous. Be out of it. Swavely, wide turn. Don't want to get into that corner too heavy. The braking point's going to be different for each driver, but this is the nose of the truck. There's a 97 right there. Shoemaker closing the distance a little bit. Outstretched hand. Getting around. Carrying speed. Here it is. So they're going to come up on turn 11 up here. This is that very sharp. Now watch the brake. Brake. Into the clutch. Into first gear. Good exit. 38 a little loose right there. 15 a little bit more clean onto the throttle. That's why you see on the top left of your screen the 1.22 seconds. A little bit of lap traffic helped that. Getting into the corner. Able to carry speed. First gear is where he's at right there. That long first gear, that very high, hard horsepower first gear. 38 carrying into the corner. Looks like Rich Swavely starting to pull away just a little bit. Here's the gearbox camera. There's the 15 hopping a curve right there. I believe Rich was saving something there at the end. That speed coming through. 38 not coming to pit road this time by. Shoemaker losing a little bit of ground there. Shoemaker is coming to pit road though this time by. So Wyatt Brackett will pick up second spot here in just a few seconds. The distance between Swavely and Shoemaker growing. That time by 2 minutes 30 seconds for Swavely on that lap. So that will be the distance. A full second gained over Shoemaker. Wyatt Brackett looks like he's going to take over third spot. He came in on 14. So Shoemaker will be able to make it to the end. But will he be able to be out in front of Rich Swavely? Chris Shoemaker, he's coming down. He's going to take over. I believe he's going to take over third spot. He is this time by, so he's going to be into the corner. He came in on 14 as well. Austin Shoemaker out on 25. He's going to have some fresh tires and some ground to make up over Rich Swavely. Austin Shoemaker, when he was on pit road, 15 seconds on that stop. So no doubt, full of fuel, full of tires. Rich Swavely is going to be the driver out front. Chris McLean, he's moved in. He's come up a few spots. He was in on lap 15. Mike Watson on 23, so he's going to try to make it all the way to the end. 12 laps, pretty much the end all to be all. So Mike really holding on to what he has. Jonathan Bell coming in on pit road. So is Ryan Mcduffie in front of him. Chris Johnson in the pit stall. Garrett Brown on pit road up 16 spots. So everybody pretty much holding on to it. Dustin Reeves, the number 6, he came in on 23. Chris Bedwell in on 22, so he's going to try to stretch that extra lap out of that truck. Rich Swavely going around. Ooh, man. He's still leading, though. Those old tires really starting to play a factor. Stays out of Kunkel's way. James Kunkel, first car, one lap down in 23rd spot. And Rich Swavely, man, he went around there. But he did, I mean, he drifted around the corner. He did all right. So, no doubt he's really wanting some tires. Austin Shoemaker picking up some spots. He's picking back up some spots as he's coming around the track. And his speed's going to be very relative. He's trying to track down Wyatt Brackett in second. Wyatt Brackett 14 seconds to the better, but that is severely closing down. 38 coming to pit road this time by. Right now, Wyatt Brackett needing to come to pit road himself. So, top two and on pit road, Austin Shoemaker. One lap to the better over Swavely. Trying to close down some distance here. Swavely finally gets himself into his pit stall after he went around, knocked some time off of what he was doing. Front stretch run for the 15. And Austin Shoemaker should take over the lead here. He is going to take over the lead into turn one, and that gap is just going to gain. Now, Swavely was super fast on his first couple of laps, so we might see Swavely get right back to the back bumper of Austin Shoemaker with that 5-second differential. So we'll see how that's going to play as Rich Swavely trying to hold on to it. Nick Gardner picks up third spot. He came in on lap 14. He still needs to come to pit road. Wyatt Brackett came to pit road. He is coming off pit road now in fifth. Chris Bedwell looking to try to pull some strings as well, so he's coming back around. Mike Watson fourth. Can make it all the way to the end. Came in on 23, 12 laps to the green. Should put him relatively nice and easy. 9 laps to go, about 20 minutes of driving. And Shoemaker really starting to step into the gas here. Last time by, his lap time was a 2 minute 31 second. Now that included pit stops. In that regard, Rich Swavely in that same coming to pit road lap, 2 minutes 32 seconds. So a full second, the difference between Shoemaker and Swavely. The last 5 lap times for the drivers. Swavely gaining on lap 24 and lap 23. Shoemaker better on 25. Sorry, Shoemaker was better. Swavely was better on 25. 26 was the one that was better. So we'll see how that's going to play into the factor here. Rich Swavely starting to close the distance now. There he is. That's not what I want. The gap. There it is. The gap between the drivers. And actually, I want to switch that around, folks. Let's try that. There we go. So Swavely is the guy there. There's the gap between the drivers. Shoemaker, the guy in first. You see that right there. So what that graph is that on lap 25, 26, on 26, he was much further ahead because of the pit cycle, but now the difference on 1 lap on a pit cycle after Rich Swavely got loose there is changing, but that relative is going to change. It's a little bit better to this time by for the drivers there. Last time by, Shoemaker pulled a 2 minute 31, Swavely 2 minute 57. Again, that includes pit stops, so that will change some things. But sector is starting to be a big factor here. Here we go. We'll take a look at Austin Shoemaker's sectors. Swavely better in the first couple of sectors. Now, Shoemaker better on a long run, so we'll see if he just runs his consistent line, and that is kind of where it's going to be at. Dave Harden involved in something. Let's take a look and see. Wonder if he just got loose. Or if he had to stop. Oh, that's just turn 1. That's the turn 1 stop, folks. Man. Mcduffie gets around a little bit. Ryan Mcduffie, I think he had to come to a hard stop right here. This is turn 11 right here, folks. Around. Well, that's turn 18. That was that nice little left-hander. He just kind of apparently slowed enough that folks, the simulator decided to say that he crashed. That was not a crash. How about here? What happens here? Same turn. Lets everybody go by. Nice and easy. Come on. There's the 49. He's being chased by the 79 or 74 with Chris Johnson right there. Chris Johnson was way super wicked fast earlier, and got loose. I think he was up to 4th, and when he got up to 4th, just kind of went around on him a little bit there on that same turn, that turn 18. It becomes an issue for folks. 8 laps to go. Remember, and a reminder here to make sure you go to Omega Leaf CBD and give them register for that email list. Get a good discount off there by using promo code TRUCS25, TRUCS25, for all the folks moving around the track, trying to keep it all. It's road course racing, folks. We're doing what we can. There's the 43 of Dana Shepard. The driver up off 5 spots, started 19th, but pretty clean. I mean, not a bad looking truck. James Conkle started 24th, up 1 spot. There's the 48. Some of the guys that drive the ovals, they're like, I really don't like driving the road courses, which I can understand. Last time by, Rich Swavely ran a 2 minute 24 and some 76 on there, about 2/10 off his best. To Austin Shoemaker, who's your race leader. Mike Watts still holding on to 4th. Chris Bedwell. Turn 1 being nice to Chris Bedwell. Top 5 finish for that driver, quite possibly still happening. Zach Taylor in 10th. He started 8th. He's trying to track down Phil Locke, who's right in front of him. You got the 6 of Dustin Reeves there as well. So these guys have been kind of battling back. These 3 drivers been all over each other for pretty much the entire race. 1 crossing over there. Oh, 6 gets loose. Maybe a little bit there on the throttle. Wide turn 1's going to be there to the inside. 6 to the outside. The S-curves. There is 2. Turn 3. Turn 4 for the 6. 1 is right there in front of him. Or 1 is right there behind the 6. So that's who we're looking at. Phil Locke right there. Turn 5, kind of a big old horseshoe. Turn 6, a little lefty. Now Zach Taylor getting to the back bumper of the 1 again. Little left and right turns a little bit better for the 14. 6 to the outside, or to the inside of the 1. The 1 goes around right there. We're coming up. There's turn 10, a little dog leg to the left. And they are really cooking back here. Zach Taylor to the outside of the 6. He's going to go high, lock up the brakes, come down. 6 clears. 16 might make a clear here too. 16. Garrett Brown right there in the mix with Zach Taylor. Here is Nick Gardner. Taking a pass there on Zach Taylor. Trying to. They're keeping up. Little lefty coming up right here. Let's take a look and see what happens. Who's going to play chicken? Who's going to give it up first? I think it's not going to be the 16. I think the 14 is going to be able to carry the outside line just a little bit. But he does carry it better there. Jonathan Bell to 13th. Kind of makes me wonder if when Bell took the tires, if that didn't hurt his cause. Right now, Swavely catching Austin Shoemaker. Last lap was a 2-minute 25 and an 85. So we can look at the last lap times. 1.7 seconds the better for Swavely on 28. 0.4 of a second, almost a half second gained on 29. But like I said, the 15 just runs his laps like he has been. Last time by, Shoemaker ran his best lap, 2 minutes, 26 seconds, and 30 to the good. So you see it right there, 2 minutes, 26, 2.297 on that relative. All good things. Now, Swavely starting to catch, and this might be the cat and mouse game we were talking about before. We'll see what happens this time by. I know Swavely is catching him this time by, but for how long? Shoemaker holding on to it. Swavely once back out front. You know that he's going to be trying to track that down. White Bracket to 3rd. 23 seconds off of the race pace to the race leaders. But he's got 11 seconds to play with to the 84. Shoemaker trying to go to the inside of the 94 there. So Chris Bedwell dropping back a spot. 4 is going to carry top 5. Does look like that's not a bad little mojo going. The battle for the lead. 6 laps to go. Coming around to 5 laps to go. Shoemaker making turn 20's left-hander right here. I do believe that's turn 20's left-hander. There it is. 5 laps to go now. And Austin Shoemaker and Rich Swavely, that's going to be their show for a little bit. Outstretched hand, trying to break up the track, get the cleanest lines that he can, run consistently. 2 minutes 27.51, a full second gained on to Rich Swavely did over the last lap. So we'll see how this is going to work for him. This might be the battle of the last couple of weeks. I mean, we talk about sometimes just pedestrian style racing, but you know, the lead has been interesting between Rich Swavely, Jonathan Bell earlier. The gains, Swavely was better on the long run to Bell. Bell was quick overall as well. I'm not sure that Jonathan Bell wanted to take tires on that first pit stop. It might possibly, something might have happened there. I'm not sure. Questions worth asking later on. But at the end of the day, you know, it's all about, like I said in the description of this, it's all about who's going to be able to fastest at the end of the day. Who's going to have that consistent line? Who's going to be able to just run the best that you can? And Austin Shoemaker and Rich Swavely, they're carrying quite a good little ditty. And Wyatt Brackett, he's got a clean race going for himself as well. So they're kind of enjoying what they're doing here. Wyatt Brackett, the 33, going to move and groove. Austin Shoemaker has the 38 to the rear bumper. Good exit for both drivers there, as now the 38 is going to apply a little bit of pressure as he's half a second off the 15. Carries really nicely out of the corner, comes out of the top end there. Here's turn 20's left-hander to make it 4 to go here. 15 gets a good drive. 38 is going to be right there at the back bumper, but the 15 carries a nice little speed there. 38 stuck up in the draft, so this is going to be interesting in turn 1. We'll see how this works for them as they crest the hill to turn 1. 15 into the corner, locks up the tires. 38 locks up the tires. 38 is going to take it to the inside, outside for the 15. So both drivers lock up the tires. 38 just gets the better turn in. And now Rich Swavely is going to lead this race with 4 laps to go. Oh, hits the turtle. It's that yellow danger turtle right there, and he's going to give up not much. I think Shoemaker just lets him have it there, so that was awfully kind of him. 38 could have pretty much could have hurt. That could have been dangerous. Rich Swavely coming around, and 15's going to be there. We'll see what happens here as this progresses. Let's check through the field and see where some folks are. First car 1 lap down is going to be the 48. He's back up 1 spot to 23rd. Thomas Lights in 22nd. He's off 2 spots from where he started, the 98. Trying to wheel that truck around, that F-150. Just doing what he can. Joseph Mahar up 1 spot, the 21. Road racing himself all the way through it. Kip Easley going to be here in 20th. He's up 1 spot as well. George Williams off 4, but he's still got a clean-looking little truck right there, so I'm pretty proud of that guy. You know, you can get loose and you can do whatever you got to do, but he's doing all right. 31 of Daniel Holcroft is off 2 spots. He's got Ryan Mcduffie in front of him. Those guys are battling back and forth with Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson up 1 spot now as Chris goes around the 49. Chris McLean off 5 spots. The number 5 in 15th. He started 10th. Garrett Brown there in 14th, up 14 spots. He started 28th, so he's having a pretty darn good looking little race right there. Brad Fulham's going to be the driver. He's tracking down. He's off 6 spots. Early incident took out his nose, so he's been battling all race long. Dustin Reeves right back where he started, the number 6 in 12th. Zach Taylor finally getting back around Dustin Reeves over the course of the race. He's up to 11th now. Top 10 finish, looking for the number 70, who has really battled his way through the racetrack. The one of Phil Locks in front of him. A little bit loose for that driver. It looks like Jonathan Bell might be trying to make a pass there on him. Nick Gardner, he's in 8th, up 3 spots. Biggest mover of the race, the 76. Wesley Burchette, he is absolutely driving the wheels off of that thing. He started 22nd, or he started 29th. Apologies about that. He's up 22 spots in 7th. Chris Bedwell up 8 spots. The 94 having a good race. Started 14th in 6th. Chris Shoemaker back where he started in 5th. Mike Watts back where he started in 4th. 84 trying to track down Wyatt Brackett. Wyatt Brackett there in 3rd, up 6 spots. Having a really, really, really phenomenal race. And Shoemaker He is right back where he started in second, but a whole lot of lap traffic to be trying to work with. Rich Swavely with 3 laps to go leading. He started in third, and fortune has favored this driver over the course of the race. They're getting down to the wire, and this is going to be where it's going to be interesting. The 98's there in front of the 38, or the 98's right there in front of the 15, and the 15's going to carry into the corner, clear that speed, try to gain any kind of momentum on the 38 right there. David Harden had an issue here. The 34 being as clean as possible. There's the 49 there as well. See what happened here. David Harden went off track. He did, but he's clean. Very cool. Swavely, the distance between he and Shoemaker, 1.2 seconds. The drama unfolding, maybe? Shoemaker, we were talking about how good he is on the long run. Last lap, 2 minutes, 28 seconds or almost 2 minutes, 29 seconds for Rich Swavely. And a second and a half difference between he and the 15. But this time by, we'll take a look. Here is the lap times. They're getting ready to complete one here. Shoemaker, the better on lap 33. 2 laps to go. And there's still a whole lot of racing left to go here. Swavely, Shoemaker, Brackett, Watts. Whoa, Mahar up there, up the corner right there. Now they're in the heart of the race and heart of the lap traffic. They're going to start seeing a whole lot go on here. You see the 15 trying to wheel that truck as fast as he can around the corners. Trying to cut anything off that he can. 15 looks like he is just loose. Cockpit view from the 38 of Rich Swavely here. Misses the turtle that time. That's the one he hit last time that dang near took off the bottom of his truck. Turn 11 coming up the sharp turn here. You see the 15 getting right there. He's going to carry into it. Force the 15 to check up, carry the speed out of the corner a little bit faster. And 2 laps to go. We're going to see just how much they're going to be able to push it. Who's going to go for the race win here? Who's not going to go for the race win here? Who's just going to hold on to it? $38, 15, 33. Woo, 38 a little bit loose right there. 15 is going to close the distance here just a little bit. Turn 19 coming up, I believe, right here. Yep, it's going to be 19. A little straight to turn 20. I take that back. That was 16, 17 here. Then a little straight, then 18 as a rider. And now turn 19 is going to be a left-hander right here. Turn 20 is the straightaway. And then that'll make it a white flag situation as they continue to move forward. Turn 20. Makes it 20 more turns before the end of this race. It's been a good little one. I want to stick with the leaders here. I want to see what's going to happen here. Does Shoemaker press the issue, or does Swavely get in there? White flag waves here at the Circuit of the Americas. What kind of mistake does it take to take the lead away from Swavely, who was super fast all race long, very consistent? The same with Shoemaker. Brackett pulling within 32 seconds of the leaders. I know that he's lost about 10 seconds, but he's done a pretty phenomenal job. Mike Watts and Shoemaker, they're going to have a battle here pretty soon. Looks like Mike Watts is about a couple of seconds back from the 4, so the 4 might take away 4th. We'll see how that's going to work. There's still a lot of racing left. Just because the leaders cross doesn't mean that the race is over. 38 of Swavely carrying high, 15 out of the corner. Needs to gain here. Got 0.8 of a second that he's going to have to gain. Shoemaker to the corner. Turn 11 right here. 15 gets into it, whips it around the corner. 15 carrying the speed out of the corner. They are grooving. Man. 0.6 of a second. The draft being very important here. There's a long stretch right here. As you see the 15 just getting into the gears a little bit. He's going to get right to the back bumper of Rich Swavely. He's going to cut that corner just a little bit, a little bump up the track. 15 to the outside. He almost helps the 38 into the corner here. That was a chance to pass here. A couple of more opportunities before we take the final checkered flag here. 15, a high line to the outside. 38, better exit. That was turn 16. Here's 17 right here. Swavely making all the right moves. Turn 18. Shoemaker needs a little help. Not going to get it. Swavely, 2 more turns. Turn 19 for him. Turn 20. 38 around the corner. Front stretch run. Rich Swavely's going to win here at COTA. Get it, buddy. Shoemaker to second after a nice little battle going on there. Let's see what's going on. Wyatt Brackett coming around. He's having a good race. He's going to finish third. Rich Swavely, good drive for the man. Austin called it. He said Austin Shoemaker said, or not Austin Shoemaker, Austin Harger out there said he's going, he's going to get it. There's Wyatt Brackett going to finish in third. 12 seconds behind him, though. The 84 and the 4. There's a battle going on right there for fifth. One more attempt for the 4. Coming around there. They're still competing. That's a good little battle for those guys. So Wyatt Brackett in third. Mike Watts, Chris Shoemaker in fourth. Chris Bedwell, he's going to finish in sixth. 84 and 4 finish fourth and fifth. Burchette, still your biggest mover of the race. He finishes in seventh, up 22 spots. Jonathan Bell, not enough race left to do it, but he was working his way back to the front. Gets himself a top 10 finish in eighth. Nick Gardner finishes in ninth. And I believe Phil Locke's still out there. He's competing. There he is. Phil Locke gets himself a top 10 finish. Zach Taylor all the way to 14th. These guys are still out there racing. And oh man. Rich Swavely coming around. He's going to celebrate. Those guys had a good little battle back and forth. That was a good little run. I was pretty happy to see that. Nice job, folks. Nice job. Rich Swavely going to win it here. And while they pace around, we're going to go ahead and go through the festivities. We'll get that ready to go.
Congratulations to the winner from Pub Table Racers. My name is Warren Brissell. I've been in NASCAR for 20 plus years. Sitting next to me is...
My name's Tim Packman. I'm involved in the short track industry and NASCAR for about 30 years. And we have a Facebook Live show every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. We're also on YouTube, Twitter. We have a website, pubtableracers.com. And we invite you to come check all that out.
Apple Podcast also.
Yep, we have all that too. And Warren, what's it like to be involved with this league?
We're very proud to be involved with this league. Congratulations again.
And congratulations to the winner as you pull into Pub Table Racers Victory Lane.
Cheers.
And he's going to celebrate it. That's the man right there. Race winner, long 35 laps around here just seems like forever. Here's your race results. Of course, brought to you by Pub Table Racers. Rich Swavely, your race winner. Austin Shoemaker, Wyatt Brackett, Mike Watts, Chris Shoemaker. That's going to make up your top 5. Chris Bedwell, Burchette, Jonathan Bell, Nick Gardner, and Phil Locke going to be all top 10. Taylor, Fulham, and McLean, your odd numbers there, finishing all the way to 15. Daniel Holcroft finishes 18th. Down the race results. Kip Easley is in 20th. Joe Mahar, 21st. Dana Shepard finishes 24th. Clint Leatherwood in 27th. And then there's the rest of the field. Brad Lee had an issue, and he pretty much went straight to the wall. I don't know what happened there, but that was pretty insane to see. So good to see everybody out there turning in the laps and having some fun for darn sure. And like always, there it is. Bring him in. Let's go find him. Let's go find the man. There he is. Rich Swavely's going to be your race winner. The 36-year-old from Casper, Wyoming, driving at 38. You and Shoemaker made the end of that race very, very interesting, especially after your green flag pit stops.
Man, for last like 3 or 4 laps, it almost felt like watching, or it felt to me like that Brad Keselowski, Marcos Ambrose battle at Watkins Glen. And yeah, that was fun. He definitely kept me honest there.
He did. And you guys, there for a second there, I thought you were going to lose it because you hit, I think it was at a turn 3 or turn 5, one of the two, you hit the turtle that sent that truck. I mean, it looked like you almost went sky high on the left side. And I was like, oh, no. that might be where he's going to catch it. And then you had a phenomenal fast lap there. I mean, you running the 224s after pit stops. You guys just knew how to be consistent. I said it in the description of the race that consistency was going to be a big factor here.
Oh, yeah, definitely, especially road course like this. Circuit of the Americas, all about. Plus, I mean, I've been dabbling in a lot of the endurance stuff, so I've kind of added a little bit of road racing to my repertoire too. But I almost lap before I pitted, I almost lost it all in the stadium section. I was getting around a lap car and we kind of drifted the second turn in the stadium there and almost lost the whole thing right there.
We had just selected you whenever you had just did that. We did see that actually. So, but I mean, you recovered really well. You were able to get back into the throttle nice and easy, and you moved right into pit road right there, that lap, and I kind of knew that was coming because your tires would have been cooked after that.
Hopefully it looks more talent than luck, because that was all luck when I was driving it.
I tell you what, it was pretty good. It was you drove it like you knew how to drive it, so it was interesting to watch for sure. It might have been kind of stale for some of the folks out there because it's road racing in the trucks, but when it came to the actual battles, you guys you made it interesting, and we were able to capture that pretty well. So congratulations on the race win here, man.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, to me, I mean, it seemed like the top 2 or 3. I mean, we had a pretty tight battle for most of the race. I'm not sure how the rest of the field went, but it felt like it was a really good racy racetrack out there. So
even who was it, the 16, the 6, and like Phil Locke, all those guys, there were little battles in between the entire race. So it was good to be able to click, and see the relatives out. All right, they're battling back and forth, and there's a battle at the lead. There was always a battle at the lead, which was crazy. The relative would grow and shrink, and you would see that somebody was driving a little bit better that lap.
Yeah, it was fun. I was kind of doubting. I had another league that ran COTA a couple weeks ago, and I was kind of curious how this one was going to go compared to that one. But I was very impressed with how everything went out, how everybody handled themselves out there.
For sure, man. But you handled yourself the best. You came around. You got a good pitch strategy. You were able to work your way around the 15, and you come home the victor.
Yeah, definitely. It feels good. I was kind of bummed out after Dover. Dover's kind of my house, and I kind of hurt myself there a couple times. So, yeah, it feels good to get locked in the playoffs now.
Oh yeah, that's the big one right there. Guaranteed to make the playoffs, and it's going to be interesting. All right, my man, give your shout outs out there. We appreciate you. I like taking your guys' time, and congratulations. Finally, no bridesmaid this week. You're going to be the race winner.
Shout out, big thanks to Zach Taylor, Thomas Light, and all them, Hammer Down Motorsports, for having me race along with them. Put a local brewery, one of the great brews out here in Wyoming, Blacktooth Brewery, kind of made myself my first dabbles at doing my own paint on my car this week. So hopefully it looked good out there and giving Blacktooth Brewery a good look out there. So
I actually mentioned them because I was like, oh, Blacktooth Brewery. I switched to the front of your truck and I saw it there. So they got a good shout out there. That's awesome. we'll have to figure out a little bitty promo for him or something. I don't know. So it was a lot of fun. All right, my man. Well, congratulations on the win there, and I do look forward to seeing what happens coming up to the playoffs, and next week it's going to be very interesting to see.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely, Rich Swavely, your race winner. Before I bring in any of the other guys, real quick, I want to talk to this guy because he had. I was just so curious. Jonathan Bell, points leader here for the Truck Series. You had something happen early on in the race, and after we saw the impact of being kind of stuck in some traffic after some drivers stayed out for the stage break. What kind of happened? Walk us through what happened with your race today. I was curious and I had to find out.
It was kind of my own fault, but I was under your impression that we had 3 sets in the pits, not 3 sets total. So I took in one early before that came in. I noticed when we were catching up traffic there right before the end of the stage, I was going to pit right then and there, get tired so I didn't have to deal with it because it was going to slow me up. And then I pitted, and then I noticed that Richard just took fuel, and I was like, why is he just taking fuel? And then I looked at the black box, and then I just noticed I only had 1 set left. So I was like, oh, well, that explains it. And then once we went green, Zachary went into the corner, doored me, and kind of iRacing thing, it gave me a black flag for optional, like, required repairs, even though it was only like 3 seconds.
Oh, man.
So and then I had to pit again and take the damage it was making me take. So it's just kind of, it all fell apart, unraveled, all in very, very quickly.
Well, I tell you what, from dealing with all that, coming back and finishing inside the top 10, it's still a good day for points, and it still turned out to be a decent race overall for you. I mean, you were there to compete, to be up top. I know that, but you were working your way there.
Yeah, it's there's not a whole lot of data to go by this track. Like we're kind of the first group to kind of like really throw a race up here and see what happens. Like there was no telemetry, no other people seeing what other people were doing. Like some of the pros might put down laps. There was nothing to go by. We were just kind of winging it. And it turned out to be pretty decent. And I knew I was quick. It just kind of all unraveled.
Well, you definitely. I kind of wanted to figure out what was going on there because the story of the race is what happened to Jonathan Bell, because that was. I wanted to know, was it the tires? Because I kind of just assumed that you because I knew that you had taken tires. It showed me on the relative you had taken tires. I just kind of wanted to see what was going on there. So big battle, big things, but you made yourself working inside the top 10. Thanks for jumping in here real quick and allowing me to ask you that.
Yeah, no problem, Jason. Thank you for putting on every week. I know it might have been. There were some good battles there towards the end for about I think 8th. We were about. I think me and a couple other people were having a good lap or 2 battle there for 8th place. So there was some good racing throughout. So it was fun either way.
All righty, man. All right, man. Well, we'll see you next week for sure. And I know you're trying to win a championship here. So.
Yep, I'm just glad to be back at a mile and a half.
I can understand. Jonathan Bell finishes 8th and does a phenomenal job of explaining to me what in the world happened right there. So, yeah, I was curious. I'm glad he jumped up in the broadcast booth or into the interview hold, so that way I can ask that. Let's go over and talk to this guy real quick. The number 15 led a few laps here. The Lebanon, Missouri native, Austin. Man, oh man, you had it, and then you were battling back. It looked like you had it in the right turn, and then you put your bumper right to him at the right spot, and he just was able to drive away. It almost helped him.
Yep. I'd say I had a good pit strategy. Pitted a lap earlier than Swavely there at the end. Had a good pit. Came out, I think 5 or 6 seconds ahead of Swavely. He had really fast short run speed, so he caught up to me pretty quick there. Felt like I had a better long run speed than Swavely, but once he got around me, it's hard to pass there. So it was a good fun last 5 laps for us, though.
It definitely was. You guys made the last 2 probably the most interesting that made the race. It really did. And it seemed like Like turn 1 and turn 11 seemed like those are the two places if you're going to pass somebody, you're going to do it, or turn 20 right there at the front stretch. That was pretty much where you were going to make those passes. Outside of that, you just had to kind of fall in line and make sure your bumper was there.
Right. I'd say like the straightaways is about the only place you can do any kind of passing there. If you try passing anywhere else, seems like somebody's gonna get spun. So you have to pick your spots definitely at this track. But anyway, good race to go ahead.
No, yeah, no, I was just going to actually agree with you. So go for it, man. You're talking about good race to all of them, but I mean, good race to you. I mean, you and the 4 finished inside the top 5, so good day for points as well.
Yep, we had a pretty good team run there. Dustin and Garrett both finished, I think, in the top 15. So to have all 4 cars in the top 15 should be a good points night for us.
Absolutely, my man. All right, give your shout outs out there. I know that you got wobbly boots. If you're not eating at wobbly boots, you got to go there and let them treat you like family.
That's right. It's been a long time coming. I'd like to thank Gary and Marlene, my mom and Uncle David for always tuning in each and every week. My friends Braden and Kenna for teaching me a thing or two at the road courses. Big thanks to my teammates Garrett, Dustin, and Bill Schoonover for filling in for me a few weeks ago. And of course, my dad who hooked me up with the new button box this week definitely helped. And then thanks to you, Jason, for always broadcasting us each and every week.
Oh man, we try to do the best we can. Thank you very much as well. And next week we're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna be back at 1.5 miles, and you guys are gonna be. It's gonna be very interesting to see how you guys adjust from a road course to kind of jumping back here.
Yep, looking forward to it.
All right, my man. Congratulations on the win on the P2 here. Almost a win, but in my regards, that's a win for me because I'm terrible at road courses. Even though I like them, I'm just terrible at them.
That's right. I don't have much experience, so I'll gladly take a second place finish.
Absolutely. All right, Austin. He's going to be moving up in points. You know that he's going to be enjoying some time there. Austin Shoemaker's going to be in P2. Last but not least, the Yingling Machine. The number 33 Wyatt Brackett. I always enjoy talking to you, man. Bath, Maine native. Tell me about your race. You kind of had a whole track to yourself for a long time.
Yeah, I just kind of fell into a good spot there at the end with the pit strategy and everything, and I just kind of was on my own there, whereas Richard and Austin ran away from me, and then I was pulling away from the other guys. So I kind of just rode there at the end and just made sure I hit my marks and didn't spin out and just kept the podium finish because I knew I wasn't catching them too.
Well, they were fast. I mean, your fastest lap, it may not have been right where they were at, but you were consistent. Your average lap time was something around the 23 mark. 2 minute 31 to 2 minute 33 second consistently across the board. And it just seemed like that was the big factor. Be consistent, let your tires wear, let yourself throttle in, and consistency today. You didn't have to be the fastest to finish in the top 5. You just had to be smart and consistent, and you did it.
Yeah, consistency is key on these road courses. One mess whole race for you. So there was a couple guys I got behind that I knew I was faster, but I was trying to be generous and not like put the bumper to get around because the track's almost impossible to pass on. But you just had to wait for the right corners or wait for them to mess up to get around them.
And they did. And look at you go. The 33 finishes in third. Man, Wyatt, you and you guys are always battling for points, especially there at the end. We saw last season how good and comfortable you were with everything. This season, we're going to go from COTA to Charlotte. Tell me about what next week's going to bring for you.
I'm ready to get off the road courses and back onto the ovals. I like Charlotte. It's a fun track. It's a fast one. And I think it'll be a great race.
I think it'll be a great race. I can probably see you working your way back up there again. Maybe you'll be sitting on the podium. We'll be talking to you from a different position next week.
That'd be nice.
All right, man. Give you shout outs out there. I appreciate you. It's always good talking to you.
I appreciate you for doing the broadcast every week and doing a great job. Bill and Hastings for putting a great league together. And big shout out to John Kinder, one of my buddies that always helps me and educates me on how to be faster and what to fix.
You've been pretty consistent, pretty fast for a couple of seasons now. So any more advice that you get is just going to make you better. So we'll start seeing you climb a little bit further. We might see you get some back-to-back wins too. I see you improving quite frequently over pretty much just everything that you do here. So so I see it, and I think our viewers see it. And congratulations, man. The third in a road course. Whenever COTA is a difficult track.
COTA is probably the most difficult road course I've ran in. I've always told everybody these cars, trucks do not turn right. They're not meant to. So let's just stop doing it.
I can understand, but then NASCAR goes and adds 2 more road courses to the circuits. Oh man! All right, Wyatt, congratulations, my man, and I'm gonna let you go. We'll get everybody off the stream. And are you racing tomorrow?
I am not racing tomorrow. I have another league starting up tomorrow.
Oh, awesome! Oh, good luck in your league tomorrow.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Wyatt Brackett finishes third, and he does a phenomenal job at what he does here. That Yingling machine. All these drivers are really good, and I can appreciate them. I appreciate the National Motorsport Simulation Association for bringing me on over here and doing that. Reminder that, guys, I do this by myself, and I try to make it as interesting as possible, and I try to do the best that I can with everything that we have. Remember, you can't always cover drivers. I can't cover everything at once. There's just too much going on. Not just with Road Series, but also with the race. I cover the front. We try to cover the front. We try to cover the drivers that are making moves. Top 10 is usually a big focus, even in regular NASCAR. And I've been commentating, and I've been doing broadcasts, not just in the iRacing circuit, but in real life for quite a long time. So my background is in media, and a reminder that I do the best that I can. But remember, even with a co-commentator in here, we're going to be focusing on what is going on with the biggest moves. Who's going to be the biggest mover? Who's making ground? Where does the pit strategy fall into place? And so we try to make sure that we do that. And that's not just with the NMSA. That's with all of our broadcasts, Signature Esports, the Midwest Days of Thunder, just everything that we do. And we try to enjoy ourselves while doing it. The moment that it's not fun for me is the moment that I start second guessing whether or not it's the right move. So that being said, I enjoy what I do, and I'm going to continue to do it. I appreciate each of you that tune in because you're taking time out of your day to do it. And I'd like to thank you all very much for being a part of that. And tomorrow we're going to be back here at COTA. We're going to be with the Car Series, and thank you to PubTableRacers.com for what they do. They put on a great podcast out there. Go and listen to them. You can find them on your iTunes. You can find them pretty much everywhere. Facebook, YouTube. They do a whole bunch of stuff. They've got good segments. It's a whole lot of fun. So I want to let you guys keep that in mind. We do the best that we can, and I appreciate all the constructive criticism that you guys leave out there, not only in the comments, but also the things that I get on Facebook, the messages. But a reminder that we try to do the best we can. So thank you very much for what you do. A good race here. Congratulations to Rich Swavely on his win here. Shoemaker, Brackett, those guys, they had to drive their butts off. We're talking a 3.5 mile track, 20 turns, and it's a difficult track to drive, and these guys did it. We'll see what happens tomorrow with the Car Series. It's going to be same time, same bat channel, roughly about 9 p.m. Easterns whenever they go live, or whenever the race starts, so about 8:50 Easterns when we go and click the live button. A little bit later today because we wanted to make sure that everything was set correctly. iRacing, some things happened with iRacing that they had to be fixed, and we had to get back. They had to get the race rescheduled, so that was really cool for them to do. Appreciate everybody out there, and if I don't see you, of course, I hope you do have a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good morning.